they don't want you to be free. Every piece of the big tech government complex is designed to drive you to them for solutions. However, today we're going to show you how to break those bonds and allow you to use your phone without feeling like someone's looking over your shoulder all the time. Right now, I want to provide you with some tips you can do while you're watching this video. I'm going to provide some instructions on how you can kind of geek out and take it to the next level. Or if you're like most of us, Armored Republic provides a turnkey solution for a private device. Free men should be able to use their devices without worrying about the implications of what they're using them for. Google has their analytics in every part of Android. They are analyzing your email, they're analyzing your searches. Think about it, even the default keyboard that comes with most Android phones is Google. So they're clearly harvesting data off of that. Think about in 2019, when Amazon publicly admitted to listening to conversations with their Alexa devices. This is soft tyranny. And what I want to help you do is step outside of that tyranny and still be able to use the amazing services that Google provides. So there's a couple things you're gonna need before we start. Let's go and start off with phone selection. Two of the manufacturers that I go to are OnePlus and the Google Pixel. I know that seems kind of ironic. However, Google's developed the Pixel phones as sort of a developer phone. So they're really open to custom firmware and custom software, which means that they're actually a joy to work with. OnePlus is another device manufacturer that specializes in high performance, relatively inexpensive devices. And it's actually the phone that I daily drive myself. And I've been really satisfied with both their software and hardware support. Another thing to realize is that the phones we're going to be using are unlocked from carriers. This means they're not tied to Verizon, T-Mobile, or Sprint if you still have that. So they're going to be a little bit more pricey to start off with. Honestly, I tend to buy used phones 1 or 2 generations old. That provides me sort of the maximum balance between power and price. Because just like all of you, I am fundamentally a cheapskate.
Chiefy the cheapskate!
If you're an iPhone user, RIP.
Do you like apples?
How do you like them apples?
Apple has certain security capabilities, but fundamentally because they both make the software and the hardware, you're in their ecosystem and there's really no escaping unless you really want to get advanced with doing some jailbreaking stuff. As far as where the phones are made, whether it's China, or India or Taiwan, I'm not really concerned about that. If you're worried about hardware level exploits, this video is not for you and you already have the technical knowledge to avoid those. Now that you have a phone, let's DeGoogle it. So the phone I'm gonna show you is one we got off of Amazon. Honestly, we didn't spend a lot of time thinking about this. It was just whichever one could get here in 2 days because I am impulsive like we all are. So let's unbox this and see what we have here. I am not a professional unboxer like some people out there, so I apologize in advance. It is not going to be a professional screen peeling here. And let's go and start that infringement timer to see how soon Google or Samsung wants to invade our privacy. That's a Galaxy A12, so relatively recent. Android, great. I love how they're still using the same logo from like early 2000s. Some things never change. So it looks like we have a couple terms and agreements to look at. These, if you notice, the last two are optional. They're probably assuming most people just click all 4 and click next. I am going to have to agree to the privacy policy and I am going to have to agree to the terms and conditions because we are using stock Samsung software on this, so that's just part of running a normal phone. So I'll click agree to that and we'll proceed next. Great. So this is where you can have a lot of permission options. So nearby devices, honestly, I would uncheck that because notice here it says use to scan your nearby devices and share information with them with Samsung apps and services, allowing you to copy and paste from one device to another. Yeah, that sounds really great and convenient, but that also means that you're sending information to Samsung, and I've cut and pasted some pretty spicy stuff in the past, and I don't necessarily want Samsung having access to that. So I'm gonna uncheck that. We're just gonna honestly uncheck all of these, and if it breaks, we'll re-enable them as we go. Understand that a lot of this will impact how your device operates, but I tend to like to deny permissions until I can figure out what exactly they do and then maybe enable them selectively. Okay, so infringement counter 1, asking you to sign into Google. Notice the next is highlighted. The skip is there, but not exactly highlighted. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna say, no, I'm not signing into Google, and we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, skip account setup. You can't use Google Play, you can't use backup and sync. And notice, activate device protection features. So there are security features and capabilities you're gonna lose out on. But again, if you're wanting to be free with your technology, you are fundamentally the security there. So we're gonna skip. Yes, I'm gonna skip. Cool. Oh, no, look at this. Even though you didn't sign in, Google wants to use your location, allow Wi-Fi scanning, send usage and data. install apps and updates. So I'm gonna uncheck all of these, and then we can talk about enabling location later. Great, so protecting your phone. So face rec, fingerprints, pattern, PIN, and password. There's a couple different options here. I'm not gonna use face recognition. However, I will just do a pattern for the sake of this demo, and we'll talk about the ups and downs, or the upsides and downsides to different types of security measures on phones. Here's all the apps we want to, they'll also download over Wi-Fi. And I really don't want any of these because we're not using Google, and I really don't want to use Microsoft products either or anything else. Great. Oh, so also look who also wants in our data. Background location, no AT&T. I mean, I don't have a SIM in, so good luck, but no. Bring back your old data for quicker setup. We're not doing any of this, so we're gonna skip this. Honestly, you should be storing your contacts and personal information on a private cloud, but again, that's something we'll hopefully cover later. Your recommended apps. No, I don't want recommended apps. That's fine. I don't care, Samsung. I don't want to be part of your club. It's a lame club. Great. No. Notice, so infringement 4 or 3, Samsung also wants an account. No, we're not gonna do that. Yep, I do want to skip all this. Great. Finish. Cool, so notice, we can skip every single account sign in. They just don't make it easy. And they also really want to incentivize you to sign up for something. Something in the tech world to realize is that nothing is free. There's a cost to all the free services you have, and most of the time in technology, that's your data. You are the product. So we're signed in. So we don't have the Google Store. We don't have a Samsung account. We don't have an AT&T account, but we've still made it to the activation page.